You got it. You know what we're saying. Here it is, the Week in Rock and Roll.
Still kicking, Ringo Starr's first concert tour since they officially called it quits back in 1982. The summer-long tour, which will pass through 25 cities between now and next September 3rd, is being mounted to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the group's inception. The band has been inflated to 15 pieces for this outing. Pete Townshend, the group's hearing-impaired leader, is playing acoustic guitar for the most part, and if all of that sounds as unpromising to you as it initially did to us, well, don't worry, it definitely works, and here's the proof. One of the most famous full-body power chords in rock and roll history rang out again on Wednesday night when The Who broke 7 years of silence with a 3-hour-plus concert in the upstate New York town of Glens Falls. The 5,000 seats for the show sold out just about instantly, and local scalpers were advertising tickets for $150 apiece. Since the legendary group's last tour ended in 1982, this overwhelming demand to see the reunited band was hardly surprising, at least not to anyone but The Who themselves.
It never ceases to surprise me that we sell out. I mean, it's extraordinary. Because you think, well, we've done nothing for 7 years. You know, record, you know, we're not even a band, really. We're just three guys that have come together again doing what we used to do. And it's crazy.
Well, not to the two generations of Who fans that turned out for this opening show, and what they saw, with monster drummer Simon Phillips filling the slot originally held down by the late Keith Moon, was a far more powerful band than the one last seen back in 1982. With leader Pete Townshend's hearing painfully impaired after 2 decades of amp-wrecking volume, a decision had been made to go for a big sound at lower levels. And so this edition of The Who numbers 15 people in its lineup, including a 5-man horn section, 3 backup singers, keyboards, an extra percussionist, and for the first time ever, a second guitarist, Steve Bolton, an alumnus of the 70s British metal band Atomic Rooster, who handles most of the heavy stuff.
He isn't actually playing my parts, he's playing kind of his interpretation of my parts. It would be unfair to ask him to copy me, and that's what... I didn't want that anyway. I didn't want to be replaced. He's playing lead and I'm playing rhythm most of the time, and I play lead every now and again just so that people don't ask for their money back.
To the surprise and delight of just about everybody on hand, The Who opened with a large chunk of their celebrated 1969 rock opera, Tommy. Then they roared through what turned out to be a total of 40 songs drawn from the course of their 17-year performing career, from such early hits as I Can't Explain and Pictures of Lily, right up to latter-day numbers like Who Are You and You Better You Bet. They also tossed in a stirring version of the Jimi Hendrix hit Hey Joe and the Everly Brothers standard Love Hurts. And of course, they covered all their own classics, too.
They do look awful. I die before I get old.
And the verdict from the fans on hand?
I had an orgasm. Fantastic.
It's the best show they've ever put on, ever. I'm exhausted. I don't know how they could have done it.
They're in a class by themselves. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Oh, it was excellent. One of the best rock shows I've seen so far.
Given these great reviews, it might seem logical, maybe even inevitable, that The Who should now announce that they'll stay together and maybe even record a new album. But don't get your hopes up.
I don't think that that's on the cards. The band here is a lot of musicians that are, you know, if you think of John and Roger and I as, you know, some blast from the past akin to Barbra Streisand or Diana Ross, you're getting the idea. We're as good as the musicians that we've hired. And we happen to have been very lucky and got an extraordinary band together.
But this is a souped-up group with a genuine rock and roll legend at its core. And even though the 3 founding members of The Who are now in their mid-40s, their music, in this latest incarnation, remains ageless.
They're The Who. They're just The Who. I don't think they age. They're just always The Who.
What a show. The Who Tour is officially kicking off in Toronto this weekend, and on Tuesday, the group will stage a benefit performance of Tommy at New York's Radio City Music Hall. An even more elaborate version of the rock opera will be mounted at the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles on August 24th, with possible guest appearances by Robert Plant, Elton John, Billy Idol, and Phil Collins as Uncle Ernie. However, Tina Turner, who played the Acid Queen in the 1975 film version of Tommy, will not be taking part this time around. An even hotter topic than the latest Who tour was dealt with on Wednesday by the U.S. Supreme. We'll be back in a moment with Ringo Starr and Ziggy Marley, so don't go away.
You like a rap fan or anything?
Oh, no, I can't. I can't stand rap.
Oh, why not?
No, it's just people who can't sing do rap, I guess.
It's the music of rebellious youth, though.
Yeah, but you can sing it as well. You can sing rebellion as well as talk it.
What have you heard that you like?
Probably Hitler would have been in a rap band in that kind of.
Wow, really?
I mean, says, I think if Hitler were alive today, he'd be in a rap group.
Statue, the God's part of the machine. In all the